Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy Rick again here, and Joe.
It's your girl Joe.
All right guys, so I just want to clarify what we've been saying about team driving and hot-shotting. Yes, it's illegal to team drive in a dually or a hot-shot truck.
Shoot a shot.
I'm coming in hot, just like the fajita. I write what I live, my life in the speaker. I'm nice to the flow, just like the demeanor. I'm feeding my fam, I'm feeding the meter. They got the iron, well I got the steamer. I bring the fire, but you never seen her. I testify, I don't need a subpoena. They want my soul, better go to Korea. I love my dog, just like I'm Peter.
Okay guys, okay, so
Sorry.
all right, so
Take two.
welcome back guys. We are in the middle of Wisconsin somewhere. We are headed out to Oshkosh Airshow.
Oh, Wisconsin, my home state.
For those of you who don't know about Oshkosh, Oshkosh has the world's largest air show. So we're headed over there just to take a look. I'm a big aviation fan. Love airplanes since I was a little kid. Joe's excited to go see the air show for the first time. I've been there a couple times.
I'm learning about aviation.
Yep. Hopefully we'll buy something over there today. Just kidding. Put $2,000 down and walk out with an airplane. Never know.
Right.
I got the dually, so we can tow it home.
All I'm saying.
So here's the deal. Stick around. We're gonna go over to the air show real quick, and I'll explain how we got around this DOT team driving and sleeping in the back. A lot of you guys have been commenting on that it's illegal to team drive in the hotshot. It is, but we found a way around it. We'll explain in just a little bit.
To the Batmobile. Let's go.
All right, we made it. We finally found parking. There's about 3 million people parked here. So we finally found a parking spot, and we had to pretty much run from the guard. Oh yeah, look at that. We might go for a helicopter ride later on. Yeah, you gotta remember where we parked, underneath this little airplane here.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah, we had to run from the guard over there. We kind of like cut across and jumped over things. Since we have a dually, we can do that. So we found a nice parking spot over here, really close to the entrance, I guess. Let me talk a little bit really quick about the bed and the fuel tank and the fifth wheel that we installed. I know I promised you guys that, so let me hop in here and do a really quick video on this before we talk about the DOT bed and team driving. This is just really quick. Here you go. Fifth wheels installed, fuel tank and toolbox installed. This thing's one of the best fifth wheels out there from B&W. Did a lot of research on it. Look how strong that thing looks. It looks like it can tow about 50,000 pounds, but no, it's actually just rated for 25 or 26,000. Fuel tank 91 gallons with the toolbox 91. Let me jump in here really quick, see if I can hop. Oh boy, I gotta get a step ladder to get up in here. All right, check it out. Toolbox, we already have a couple extra 4-inch straps in here. We got our fuel gauge, and this is where we fill it. I already got some fuel in there. I had to test it out to see if it's not leaking or anything. Really easy to install. 3 bolts. Had to drill through the bed to get it installed, but honestly, I could have probably done this in like 20-30 minutes to install it. I put this rubber mat underneath because the fuel tank should not be secured like really tight to the frame, because it just needs to flex. The bolts do have springs underneath, so the fuel tank does flex or move, you don't want it to crack under stress. Had to install a shutoff valve here per DOT standards. I installed this this valve with an right angle fitting. Here's your tube that's gravity fed into the tank. I had to drill a hole through the bed there to feed that tube through. Did not take very long at all. I installed a electrical solenoid that turns the fuel valve on and off.
You're gonna show what you did underneath?
Yeah, we can take a quick look underneath and see and show you what it looks like. I installed the solenoid here. Let's go under here. So as you can see, solenoid is installed with this bracket here. Here's your wiring. The wiring is wired to a switch inside the cab, where I just hit the switch and it turns on and off that solenoid. If you follow the fuel line, I had to cut into the neck where you normally fuel the truck. So I kind of cut 2 inches off, and I put this T-fitting here. It has a check valve, which in case the truck flips over or whatever, it does not leak. It's a one-way check valve. So that's a pretty good safety piece to have in there. So that's it for under here. I can show you the switch really quick, and it is on. So off, on, and that just gravity feeds the fuel into the main tank. We just tested that this morning. It works actually. Yeah. We put some fuel. We had the fuel tank, the main fuel tank full. Once it got down to a quarter tank, I switched on the solenoid, and it started slowly gravity feeding the main tank.
When we left, we were at like 427.
Yeah, so mileage, yeah.
Like halfway, we were already at like 450 something.
Yeah, so I think it probably feeds the main tank about a gallon every 5 minutes or so, or maybe less than that. That hose is only I think it's only a 1/2 inch hose or 3/8. I'm not sure, but it's not that big, but it's okay. It's as long as it keeps feeding the tank and we don't have to stop for fuel, it'll work. So that's just a quick recap on the fuel tank and the fifth wheel. I know I promised you guys that in the last video. We'll talk again about the AC unit, which is still in progress.
Yes.
Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I'm still playing around with a lot of
testing different things.
This is what we really started getting into HOTSHOT for, really, is to explore the country a little bit and explore the things that the country has to offer us, as far as like air show or waterfalls or amusement park or points of interest anywhere. We would like to, as we're passing through, maybe stop, especially if we don't have a load that needs to get there right away, and just enjoy what each state or city has to offer. So slowly we'll start introducing, you know, like little clips of our adventure as being HOTSHOT drivers. I think this is just a little taste of what we really want to get into. So we just want to show you what the video is gonna really be about. So today we just stopped here at the Oshkosh Airshow, and we're just going to show a little clip where we won't make it too long, because I know you guys really want to see the team driving is illegal. We found a way around it, and how to still team drive without team driving. Again, I'll explain this a little bit later.
Big quotes.
Yes. We found kind of a way around it, but I will explain a little bit later about that. So with that being said, we're gonna go and then watch this air show really quick. Promise we won't make it too long. We'll just put a couple of short clips in there.
and they're dragonflies.
Listen to the Beatles singing back in the USSR. I keep on climbing up.
Our grass is on fire. That was really on fire. Okay guys, so we're back. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that air show, because I surely did. It was a new experience for me because I've never been to a air show at night. So it was really cool, and really loved the fireworks at the end. Better than the 4th of July.
That's where all the good fireworks went.
Yeah. Yeah,
because they weren't even just fireworks, they were explosions. So that's where all the good stuff went.
So being that it's your first air show, what did you think about it?
Oh, it was nifty.
Nifty?
Yeah. I want to learn more about aviation, small steps at a time. But so far, so good. I liked it a lot. There was just a bunch of new things that got thrown onto me, so which I liked. Don't forget, this is a week. This air show goes on for a whole week, and there's a reason why it goes on for a whole week. It is huge. I mean, you have a lot of little home-built airplanes and people trying to sell them to you. There's private jets. It literally will take a whole week for you to see the whole thing. If you're watching one part of the air show, the next part will start right away, and it's like a mile away, so you'll never even make it to that air show. If you're watching like ultralights, you won't make it to where they're talking about jets, or and then when the main air show starts, everybody just crowds up by the runway. So it does take a whole week. The campsites are packed with people with RVs coming from all parts of the US, even out of the from Mexico and Canada. They all flock here for this week just to see the whole air show. Like, people fly in on their own planes and they just camp out underneath the wings.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So they just like stay there all week with a tent underneath their wing, and they just stay here for a whole week.
Just like bring your walking shoes. I mean, your best walking shoes, because we walked several miles.
Yeah.
I was feeling it. My knees were feeling it.
I literally had to carry her at the end of the night.
My knee, I don't even know what happened. It just started like hurting really bad, and I don't know what happened. I was like, oh my god, I need help walking. So it's really embarrassing.
And for a ballerina, that's got to be really bad.
I'm like, what is that? I don't know.
So anyways, guys, all right, let's start talking about this DOT bed. All right, so DOT standards requires that the bed be 75 inches long and a minimum of 24 inches wide. Now, think about those measurements. That's about the size of a coffin. I can't do it. I can't do it. So I had to cut the bed a little bit, the length, to make it fit. And then the width, obviously this is 36 inches wide. So if both of us are sleeping there, I think it's a little uncomfortable, but we fit there. I mean, we've slept on it together, and it seems to be okay. We can do it. The length, yeah, it's a little short, but I don't understand why it has to be 75 inches long, right? What if you're a midget? I mean, come on. It's or a little people, whatever you call them. So it doesn't have to be. I guess if it's comfortable for you, that's where it should be. But the law is the law, right? It has to be 75 inches long. Now, obviously, I can't fit 75-inch bed in this truck. There is a company out there, maybe 1 or 2 companies out there that modify your truck, and they will install a DOT approved bed in here. They even sell the kit so you can do it at home. And for a split second, I thought about doing it.
Oh, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It looks like a cage, like a, what is it, crab cage?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. Oh no.
We'll post a picture of it that we found online.
I'll put a picture in the video.
I did not like it. They will come in, or you will have to do it yourself. You'll have to pull the door panels off.
Yeah. Nope.
You'll have to take a grinder and cut the inside frame of the door out, and then there's an insert that goes inside the door, like a plastic insert, and that gives you an extra 3 or 4 inches on each side, and it makes it exactly 75 inches across.
I mean,
and
we've already done enough modifications for Ramses.
Sorry.
And to just take those out, to probably put them back in later, it's too much work, and this is an expensive truck. We don't need to be sawing away at the doors now.
I'm not gonna.
That's crazy.
Take a grinder and start chopping up $100,000 truck.
No.
So the way around this is that all right, we use the terminology team driving. So team driving really means one person drives for about 10 to 11 hours while the other one sleeps in the back, and then they take turns. They alternate turns. So that's why the bed needs to be a specific length, a specific width, and on top of that, it needs a kind of like a net, a safety net over you while you're sleeping, just in case of a rollover or a sudden stop. You don't come tumbling onto the front seat or out the window or something. So you'll see this net on the picture. You'll be like, what is that? I would not sleep in that thing.
It's not a prison, don't worry.
Yeah, it looks like you're in jail or in a crazy house where they right, where they strap you down onto the bed. So we're not going that route. So the alternative to team driving is team driving. We're actually going to split a one shift, or I should say the like 10 to 11 hours that that you can be on duty or driving. So let's just say Joe will drive for 5 hours, 6 hours. She will then go off duty, and then I will go on duty and drive for another 5 to 6 hours.
So we're just taking a single person's schedule, their driving schedule or hours, and we're just splitting it into two. Yeah. Because I mean, we're thinking about it. I mean, it's our first time like actually driving. We don't even know if that's going to be something that we are going to be able to do just right off the bat, or if we even need it, is to literally be driving back to back to back. We don't even know if we're going to need that right away. If we do, then we'll get there when we get there. But I think right now, just to kind of leave a better taste in our mouth, let's just start it off one step at a time and just take one person's schedule and just split it and just split it up however we'd like. And there's no way we could ever like do more than for one person, because we're driving for one person.
And remember, there's not a lot of hotshot jobs out there that require team driving. I think I've been looking for about a month now on the load boards. I saw one. So there's not a lot of requirements for that. The only upside to team driving is that you'll just get there faster and you pick up another load faster. So if you're like really money hungry, okay, do it. But we would like to get to our destination, enjoy our destination for a little bit. If there's a good paying load that requires us to leave right away, okay, we'll. But if not, we'll like to explore the area for a little bit. And that's the whole point. That was the whole point.
Why we got into this is because just normal jobs don't allow you to do that, to travel around, get paid for it, and then just enjoy where you're traveling around. It's kind of like not a vacation, but a vacation.
Yeah.
And that's
enjoying life.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want this job feeling like a to feel like a hassle, you know.
Right. So back to the schedule, it would be Joe would drive for, let's just say on the 24-hour period, right? Joe would drive for about 6 hours. I would drive for about 6 hours. That puts us at 12 hours. As long as we're off duty together for 10 hours, that's all that DOT or FMCSA requires, is that you be off duty, have nothing to do with the truck or the driving or anything, for you to have your 10-hour rest period. Now we can both sleep back there for 10 hours or just go watch a movie or go for a walk or go somewhere. As long as you're away from the truck for 10 hours, you can then start driving again. And if I'm only driving 6 hours, that's nothing. That's a piece of cake. So I know I won't be tired. And then same thing with Joe. I mean, 6 hours. Sometimes we die.
Jersey.
We do that on a normal day.
Yeah.
We drive for six or 7 hours. So I think it'll be less strenuous on us driving so much, and we'll still get the loads there. And we'll you know, we did our calculations. I think that'll still work. So that's the way around the team driving thing and us trying to hack the doors out.
We really did sit down and talk about it and think of all the pros and the cons. There's too many. The cons just outweigh the pros, so it's just it's not worth it to do actual team
and I think somebody had mentioned that they say you can't drive with your wife or a friend or somebody. That is
Guys, I have my CDL. I'm my own person. I can drive.
Like somebody was saying that, oh, you can't drive with your wife. It's not, there's nothing that states you cannot drive with your wife or a dog or a cat. As a matter of fact, it is recommended. It is recommended by companies that you have a partner or someone with you for morale, for to keep you alert, to keep you happy, right? Because some people drive for weeks at a time without coming home and seeing their family.
Or at least the same concept.
You need somebody or something there to talk to distract you. So if you're working for a company, you will need a letter from the company authorizing a person to be with you in a commercial vehicle. Yes. We are owners. We do not need a letter. Obviously, we are the owners of the company.
Right, we're both the owners.
So now if somebody does start driving for us and they want their girlfriend or their dog or somebody to be in the car with them, yes, we'll write up a letter so that they can show the DOT officer that they're authorized to have that person in the car. Again, that is with like a husband or wife that doesn't have a CDL. Now, it does become a little trickier with if your husband or wife does have a CDL. Like Joe now has her CDL and I have my CDL, and if we were working for a company, the company might not authorize that because they're gonna know that you guys are gonna split the hours or shifts, and she's not an authorized driver, and you're gonna let her drive for a couple hours because you feel tired. That's where it gets a little trickier. So the companies may say no to that. But again, we're owner-operators. We're driving our own truck. It's okay for her to have her CDL as long as she's logged into ELD under her name and she's building up her own hours.
We got all that set up. Yes. I have my own account. You have your own account.
So we are good to go as far as logging in her hours and logging in my hours. And as long as we take a 10-hour break. So it's all legal.
We have a lot of wiggle room.
Yeah. If push comes to shove at the end of your 70 or 80 hour week, the last day you can actually extend those 5-6 hours that we were splitting. She can actually drive 10 hours and I can drive another 10 hours just to get to our destination, and then we're going to do our 34-hour rest, or what do you call it, the 34-hour reset. So after we do our 34 hours reset, then we're all good to drive again. So there's a lot of wiggle room in there if you really think about it. I don't want to take this bed, all this work that I did here. And as you guys can see, we have our fridge installed already.
Yep. Oh my God, guys. And this bed is so cozy. It really is. Like, there's layers on this thing. So it feels like, it almost feels like it's our bed, in the house, but it's not.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine. So that's how we got around our DOT approved bed installation and the team driving. So actually it's not really a team driving, it's just
We'll put quotes on it because we're team drivers.
We're a team. We're a team. We're a team, and we're gonna be doing team driving. It's just not, you know, whatever, 11 hours each.
Yeah, it's not technically a team drive. We're
not doing full shifts. By the way, what do you got? What are you wearing? What are you wearing there?
Oh yes, guys,
what is
check
this?
it out.
We got a little merch.
Yep, we got I mean, we're not gonna release these yet. These are just for us.
Yep.
Maybe later.
I got my own. I got my own right here. Look at this. Look at this.
This was
look
a
at
nice
this.
little surprise. So, got a little.
Yeah, it's just something to keep us
give us
motivated and a little
motivation.
excitement. So yeah, that's.
And this isn't the set design. I'll make a video on that.
Yes.
Just
we're gonna get the logo installed on the truck next. So.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, guys.
Yeah, that's gonna be great. That's gonna. I'm excited for that.
All right, don't forget, follow, like,
subscribe.
There you go.
Follow us on Insta. Yeah, notification bell. We'll see you on the next one.
Keep it hot.
Keep it hot.
I'm coming in hot, just like the fajita. I write what I live, my life in the speaker. I'm nice to the flow, just like the demeanor. I'm feeding my fam, I'm feeding the meter. They got the iron while I got the steamer. I bring the fire, but you never seen her. I testify, I don't need a subpoena. They want my soul, better go to Korea.